Yes, everybody. Russ, the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. A little impromptu late evening, early evening, late afternoon video for you, you lucky bastards. We've had a busy day today. I spoke this morning about Zinchenko, using some of Ben, our new analyst, stats, putting my spin on it, getting my opinion, what I think it would be a good fit for West Ham. Then we had the fixture list being announced, Holly did a live stream for that, and then a bit more dissection in the lunchtime show. Hammers headlines, Petrovic we spoke about, talked about Vlasic as well. And then tonight we've got Budgie and Kieran with the weekly show, Old School Hammers, talking in sort of generic terms in terms of the fixture list and whether the list of fixtures we have, does it help or hinder Potter? That's the question. Does it help or hinder West Ham as well? But I want to talk about something a little bit different. It's transfer related, and it might give us some indication about who's been telling porcupines in terms of money available, whether we have money available, whether we haven't got any money available. And it surrounds the destination of this gentleman, a gentleman that we've been looking at for quite some time, Musah, the US international midfielder. Now, we were heavily linked to him, been long-standing interest in the US international, and former Arsenal trainee, I believe. We were linked to him when he was at Valencia before moving to AC Milan. I think it's fair to say he hasn't had a great season at AC, and obviously would have liked to play a lot more games than he actually did. Now, the reason why I think it's interesting is if you look at the timeline, last week it was all but agreed he was going to Napoli. And then at the 11th hour, West Ham put in an offer. Some may say a futile offer. Whether it's a phantom bid or not, we don't know. It could be. It could be a we try. And that was by Quella della Sport mentioned that and mentioned West Ham by name. Almost at the 11th hour when it was sort of well known he was already on the verge of joining the Serie A champions. Well. Has Milan called West Ham's bluff? Because according to Fabrizio Romano, West Ham have a second bite of this current cherry for Yunus Musah, in that the agreement between the player and was a 5-year deal, but Tutto Sport claim negotiations between the two sides have collapsed. And according to the site, Milan have already contacted West Ham directly, presumably with the tail between their legs, but maybe even more so for West Ham. If you didn't have any money to buy and we wanted to put a futile bid or a phantom bid in, could it have bit us on the arse? Let's wait and see. Fabrizio Romano has said that it does seem that the deal has collapsed and West Ham get a second bite of the cherry. Now, this is why I think it's interesting, because if we have put a genuine bid in, then fantastic. Should be in a West Ham shirt in the next week. If we put a bid in knowing full well we didn't have any money, and then they've come calling our bluff, we're going to look, or not we're, the board, the recruitment policy are going to look very, very silly. Very, very silly. I think it's going to be fascinating to see what happens. It might be a case of Napoli, and and it might force talks with West Ham might force Napoli to come back in and agree a deal for the US international midfielder. But I think it's quite funny. I think it could be quite funny. We've been known to put in phantom bids. We go back Leeds. We put in phantom bids, 2 phantom bids over a coffee apparently at the Leeds game. 50 million for Rafinha, 50 million for Calvin Phillips. We've been and the way we sort of jumped in at the 11th hour for a bid for a player who was all but going to a rival team in Italy. As I said, could have been futile, could have been a phantom bid, could have been a cheeky last minute deal. We shall find out. We shall find out. Not only are AC Milan potentially with a tail between the legs, but West Ham could be. Will they pick up the call? Shit, AC Milan's calling fuck. Anyway, I just thought it was quite funny. Because of basically the discussion we had last week about this exact thing, and it seems to, whether it's biting us in the arse or not, we'll wait and see. I think it has. But that's just me. Take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble. Don't forget to see Budgie and Kieran. They'll be on at 10 o'clock tonight. And then tomorrow, bring to you all the fun of the fair that is Thursday and Transfer Room Roundup. Much love. Bye-bye.